we've started already. Like we had a big conversation off.
Of course, we have. Basically, we're finished off camera.
Yeah, we don't really need to do this now. We can just go to the pub.
Yeah, coffee house, mate, not pub.
Coffee. We need you on your Greatest Showman, Lewis Allsopp. So we need you caffeinated.
Oh, yeah, that's the best version of when you get the coffee in me.
So welcome to the third episode of the Untitled podcast. Still haven't come up with a name yet.
I like it, the Untitled podcast. Go with that.
Let's go with that.
Niche.
It's niche, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone who I've known for, it's almost 11 years now, actually.
Wow.
It came up on Facebook the other day that 11 years ago I accepted a job at your company.
Oh, wow.
The man, the myth, the legend that is Mr. Lewis Daniel Allsopp.
Wow. Am I myth? What does myth mean?
I don't know.
Does myth mean like, is that real? Like that?
Is he real? Who knows?
Who knows? Is it a facade?
Who knows? Which one of the Allsopp and Allsopp is he?
Today we're going to figure it out on the, did you say unscripted? Untitled podcast.
Are you the first Allsopp or the second Allsopp and Allsopp and Allsopp?
Oh, I'm the second. People have figured this out very quickly. Carl, anybody that knows our business knows that Carl is basically the brains. I'm the guy that you wheel out on camera but basically Carl makes it all happen. So I'm happy to be I'm probably the and.
You're the all.
I'm happy with that. All the sop, yeah. Maybe be the all.
So you've been in Dubai since 2006.
19 years. It's 20 years in next year.
Wow.
2026.
You having a party for the 20th?
I don't know. Like, I feel like I should celebrate things that we do. Like, I want to celebrate my 40th birthday, which is in April. You should celebrate your 20 years. We do like end of year parties, but I've got this weird thing that I don't really celebrate a lot. Like, it's like you or me.
That's you.
Hello.
Answer
do you know that was Charlie King? Do you want me to answer it now?
Could be a deal.
I see.
Could be a deal.
I'm literally live on a podcast. What do you want to ask me? Live. What's the actual question? Okay, bye-bye. I wasn't allowed to deviate that one. I went, go on, tell me. No, not on the podcast. I can't tell you.
You can tell Charlie as well. He messaged me at 5 to 6 this morning going, I meant to call you yesterday. I'll call you today. So don't call me.
Yeah, he's very busy. I don't get to speak to anyone.
He's a busy guy, isn't he?
So yeah, I've been here 20 years. I don't really weirdly celebrate. I try.
Yeah.
But when things always go well, I know it sounds really cocky to say that, like, I can't explain it to people. Like, if things always go well, it becomes a bit boring celebrating, and that's really bad that I'm saying that on camera. But like, you know me long enough, like, I seem to land on my feet with everything. Anyone that comes near me generally rubs off on them. It's such a weird thing to have. So I want to celebrate 20. I want to celebrate my 40th birthday. But it's not like I'm going, yes, let's do it.
Have you always been like that though? Like, have you always just been anything you touch kind of turns to gold?
Yeah, probably. Maybe not in football. When I used to play football, I was always on the bench at football. But when I come to Dubai, and as I got older, I've just developed this weird mentality. Like, someone just tagged me in a post a minute ago, and the post said, and I reshared it today, and it is me all over. So basically, this post said, this is Allsopp and Allsopp through and through, and it's the Wolf of Wall Street and the guy, and it says, if you hang out with me long enough, I'll brainwash you into believing in yourself and knowing that you can achieve anything.
It's like Donny.
That was Donny, yeah. But basically, that's how my mind works. Like, I honestly believe, like, I had this argument with anybody. I can go to space tomorrow. I actually can go to space. Anyone says I can't, no problem. I'll go to Virgin. I'll pay $250,000. I'll be sitting next to Ashton Kutcher, and we'll go to space. It can be done. And that's how my mind works. I'm just built in this way where we can do stuff. And I think being around people like that, I think it rubs off on people.
Where do you think that comes from, though? Because it's not, I think you're born with that, like, entrepreneurial mindset. Or, like, when you're younger. Like, maybe not quite as strong as yours, but, like, I have that entrepreneurial mindset. And that comes from, like, my brother, my dad. And they always had, like, their own businesses when I was younger.
Yeah.
Do you think that's where it came from as well?
100%. I think it came from my dad. You know, when I was probably 7 or 8, he was running a PLC, and he'd lock me in his BMW 7 Series, smoking in the car, obviously. GA having a little smoke when he was younger, locked in, coming out smelling a silk cut. But he'd be on the phone and he'd be talking about business, and he'd have Frank Sinatra on. And, you know, I think that just ingrains into you the smoke in your skin, and also the business mindset. So I think you're very lucky if you've got a father or a parent that has that not just business mindset, but maybe just a winning mindset. I think you become your parents at some point. I'm turning more into my parents every single year that goes by. So I do believe that. And, you know, with my son Harvey and my daughter, like, I am very ambitious around them, and I try and have fun with them. And I think that I'm conscious that you do rub off on them. So, like, yeah, I think we're very fortunate to have parents that have done that for us.
With your two kids as well, obviously they live a very, very blessed lifestyle now. Obviously, you've got your holiday home in Atlantis the Royal.
Yeah.
How do you keep them grounded?
It's hard. You haven't got kids yet, have you?
No.
Okay. You want to give them everything. Like, basically, I'll give my kids the earth. Like, I know now. My dad used to say to me, "Is like, I'm on earth for you." That's what he used to say to me, and I was like, "Sure, GA, like, what are you talking about?" I say the same thing now about my kids. Like, if I buy a property, I'm not going, "Oh yeah, we bought that investment property because we're going to make more money." I'm like, "Cool, okay, well, Miley, you're going to live in the Atlantis. Harvey, you're going to live in Wandsabeel. Like, we're going to build this asset, and you're going to run the portfolio when we get older." But it is hard. You want to give them everything, but the amount of times I say no a lot more than yes, because I'm of the opinion with fathers and parents is you're the shepherd to your kids, and basically until they're 18, you're guiding them on how you want them to be. So, like, I don't want spoiled kids. So it's hard because they go to school sometimes in a Rolls Royce and they live in my house that we live in, where we've got basements, saunas, spas. Like, I know, like, I'm not like, "Oh, poor me." We had new money. I've made that money. I deserve that money, and, you know, I'm proud of it. I'm not old money. So it's a hard trade-off between, I want to show the kids, look what daddy's done, and I did it from nothing, and you can do it too, to, like, protecting them and not making the sport, and that's hard.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure. Hopefully, one day I'll be in a similar position where, like,
yeah, you will be. It's the best job in planet Earth, and the hardest. Like, being a parent. I mean, if you go back to me and you 11 years ago when I met you, I was going out, Jaeger bombs, drinks, tables. But you were the rainmaker. I was the senior rainmaker. You
were just paying for it.
Yeah, I was just paying for everyone. But I remember that's what I was. And you wouldn't believe it now. I don't really drink anymore.
Yeah?
I probably drink once every 10 weeks. And I don't like the effect that it does on me. And that's quite big for anyone that knew me back in the day. Like, I take more serious as I get older my health. Like, I'm on, like, peptides with the doctors that, like, do you know Dr. Naz? Shout out Dr. Naz if you're watching this. Dr. Naz is basically Anthony Joshua's doctor and does biohacking. So he'll look at your bloods and he'll look at, like, you need testosterone, or you need, like, growth hormones, or you need something to white blood cells, whatever. He'll take a 10-page document of you, and then he'll give you peptides to put into you to get you to another level of, like, peak performance. So, like, things like that. And I train 5 days a week. I weirdly, I don't like fried food anymore. I used to live on, like, fry-ups, things like that. Something just switches when you get a little bit older. And, like, I now think my body and everything, I've got to look after it as I get older.
One of the things you said previously was that you used to say yes a lot, and then now you say no.
Yeah.
I remember, like, it's like having a deja vu where I sat in your office before, and you're like, when I first started Allsopp, people would come to me and they'd ask, like,
can I have 90%?
Can I have 90%? Or can I have an advance? And it was always like, yes, yes, yes. And then where was the point where it switched and you're like, I've got to go from being Lewis the friend to Lewis, like, the boss?
I think two things to consider. First of all, when you start a company or you're young, you're learning what's right and wrong. And I used to think that by being a leader or a business owner, you want to be everyone's friend. And I want to be everyone's friend. I want everyone to like me. But what I've realised is the company and the business will come first.
Yeah.
And it takes maturity and understanding. A bit like touching the electric fence. Like, you touch it and you know not to do it again. And I've been through that a few times where I've probably overlent myself to, like, help people, but it's detrimented the company in certain occasions. And now I know that if it doesn't serve the company and it's not within the company structure or it's not beneficial to us, now I'm comfortable in saying no. Like, someone's literally sat on my desk 3 days ago and went, "Oh, can I have an increased commission if I do this?" And I went, "No." There's not even a conversation I, like, laugh about. I'm like, there's a reason. Like, you've got a contract. Like, that's what it is. So yeah, saying no is probably one of the hardest things to do when you're setting up. Like, it goes to socially as well. Like, you go out, you want Jaegers. I used to go out with Kemp and these guys. Kemp, like, Jaegers. He now knows. I go, no. Before, I'd never say no. I'd be like, yeah, go on then. Yeah. Like, it's harder to say no, but that's how you build a solid foundation for yourself on anything, business, life.
I have the same thing now. Obviously, when in the back end of working at Allsopp, I was out like, I probably went out 6 or 7 times a week, like, and it was a detriment to like performance. And like, I think me and Pete said the same thing, that like when we left Allsopp, we didn't leave Allsopp because we didn't like the company, or we didn't like you or Carl or whatever it was. We left Allsopp because we were just like pissing around.
Yeah.
And even now, like as I've got older, I'm like, unless it's a hard yes, it's a no for me.
That's exactly how I am. But that I think as you get older, you've got to become more protective of your time. Like you know, some of my best friends, Daz, Kempo, Robbo, these guys, I don't really see them because my time at the moment is protected. I go to work, that's protected. I always go to work, and then I see my family, and they're the two things that I protect a lot. Past that, I don't really have an interest at going out at 8 o'clock at night for a beer. It's just not me. So yeah, I'm definitely more of a no man. But a yes in business is in like, let's grow the business. No in things that are detrimental to me.
Why do you still go to work? Because you're obviously now in a position where you could probably, you have the people in place in the business. And like, well, we'll come on to this later about the people that you hire, because you usually promote within. But like, why do you still go to the office?
There's two things with a business, in my opinion. I think that anyone can maintain a business. Like my directors can 100% maintain a business. Like I don't doubt that I could basically stop working. I'm sure I'll do what I did last year and probably do the same again 5 years. But I think in a business, if you want it to move forward and innovate, you have to be there. There's two very different types of people. You have the visionary and the innovator, and then you've got somebody that can manage. The managers can manage, and they're amazing at it. The business doesn't exist for them. But the innovator will look at new ideas, new concepts. They'll come up with new ways to work. They'll come and look at new technology, and they'll do it, and it might fail. I've failed so many times doing stuff in the last few years, but the one that worked changes the business. So I think that I still enjoy going to work. That time when I ever stop enjoying it is the time when I'll hire a new chairman. Like that, and I'm not afraid to do that. But I love what I do. I love the chase. I love when other companies are doing well, because it makes me think, all right, cool, let's go then. Like, you want to go, we'll go. And I think that competitive streak in me, like when I'm 100, I would still want to get on the dance floor and have a go with people. That's just how I'm built.
It's like the fighter mentality in like the UFC, isn't it? Where they're like, they know at the point when they're not passionate about getting up in the morning. So it seems like Conor McGregor, like he's not passionate about it because he's earned.
He will lose his fight
I think he will,
because he doesn't need to do it anymore. I mean, the difference between like a Conor McGregor and like a Lewis Allsopp in business is that I don't have a single point of failure. Like I have, if you look at Allsopp and Allsopp, I've got Mark Walters and Paul Kelly that have been with me 15, 16 years. And then you've got Dan Maloney that runs the whole revenue of the department. Then you've got Darren Murphy, Rob Kempton, Jamal Toscani. All of a sudden, everyone of them is 15, 14, 16, 17 years. And then below them, you've got people that are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So we've got this foundation of like real structure and winners that it comes from me and then trickles down to everybody. Like everybody sings off the same hymn sheet. Everyone wants to win. Everybody's driven. So I think that's what a business should have, and that's what we have now, where I don't need to go to work. I can categorically not go in for the next 4 weeks, and everything from pay to marketing to advertising to everything happens. But I want to grow a business, and I need to be there for that.
Do you see people in the business now that when Maloney retires or PK retires, do you see people that you're like, I'm earmarking them to be the next managing director or the next sales director and revenue officer?
Definitely. I mean, it's such a tough one, because your best sales manager probably isn't your best salesperson. And then your best, I don't know, director, or let's say we put a new chairman in, doesn't have to be the guy that's the managing director. Like if I was looking for someone to replace me today, I'm looking for somebody with balls. I'm looking for somebody with a vision. I'm looking for somebody that's going, cool, like coming up with new ways. Not just, oh, let's find new ways, but you have to really be the spearhead of the business. And that is so hard to find. And to be honest with you, unless you're a founder or you've got skin in the game, I don't know how easy that is to find, because you're spending someone else's money. Like I'm comfortable doing it because it's my money. I'll lose $500,000 or $1 million off something that I've created, and I'll just take it on the chin. Some people can't pull that trigger. I'm the only guy that can pull that trigger.
What's the biggest punt you've ever taken?
Biggest punt I've ever taken? There's been loads. I mean, business-wise, when we bought the control tower floors, I think we bought them for 8 and 11 million in cash. 2 floors, each one of them. We renovated them for 5 million each. They're worth 30 million each now. I've made loads of punts, mate. Lockdowns, buying Hillside and buying Atlantis. Like, I've made so many punts, but they always work. They always work. And what I mean by that, when I go in heavy, like,
you're in.
I'm in, and there's a logic behind it. It's never just roll the dice. I'll look at data and study and everything else. But yeah, I've made loads of mistakes along our business route as well. It's not all just, Lewis lands on his feet. But I think the big thing is that saying is about Michael Jordan. He takes the shots. No one talks about what he misses. They talk about how many points he scored from the shot. So that's how I am. I'll always be that way. I'll always take the risks.
There is people talk around the market about the properties that you buy, because there is like an overriding factor that whenever you buy something, it seems to just go up in value.
Yeah.
How do you like assess a deal? So if you look at like an off-plan deal,
let's use Jebel Ali as an example.
Yeah, Jebel Ali. How would you look at that, and how do you break that down for anyone watching, so that hopefully they can make the same decision as you do?
So have you seen the video of the guy talking about DIFC and it's sand, and he goes, "This is DIFC. This is the future of Dubai," and this guy's looking out the window like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
This is going to be where all the business is placed. And then it fast forward 20 years and then the DIFC. Have you seen it or not?
I know the video you mean.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I was really inspired by it. Because I've been through everything. Like in 2008, I remember selling Burj Khalifa and it was stumps in the ground. And we're like, this is the Burj Khalifa. There's going to be fountains here and the biggest mall. And I believed in what it was. And it came true. The same thing happened with JBR. When JBR was just handing over, like, who's going to live here? And I was like, this is the Miami of Dubai. It's going to process the time you're on the beach. It turned what it is. Same thing with JGE, Victory Heights. Like, I've been through that journey. So when I look at my investments, I look at whether or not I would live there or if I would be proud to be there. So use the Jebel Ali as an example. So I know what happened in Jebel Ali in 2008 because I was actually one of the people that got stung in that. So I'm not naive to that. So my first logic when breaking that down is, okay, who's backing it now? It's backed by Meras. It's backed by Sheikh Mohammed's company, basically the government of Dubai. You look at what they built. They then built City Walk. I'm like, okay, cool, amazing. Like, that is as close to London as you're going to get in Dubai when you walk on the street. So I was like, cool, like that. Then I looked at the Palm Jumeirah, and I thought, I actually really would have loved to live in the Palm Jumeirah, but the kids and the community wasn't for me at the time. But I said, my vision was this. Imagine finishing work. And when you finish work, you get your fishing rod out, you have your beer or your coffee, you cast out, you look behind, your kids are there, and you're like, it's 7 p.m, the sun's going down, barbecue's on, and you're like, life's good. Imagine doing that in Palm Jebel Ali. So you're going to have bigger plots, travertine, bifolding doors, bigger high ceilings, everything that was wrong on the Palm, from traffic to the malls to the hotels, will be fixed. So I asked myself the question when I looked at that. I was like, okay, so a Victory Heights B type is probably 20 million now. Whispering Pines or Flame Tree Ridge, sorry, an average 4 or 5 bed there is probably 20 mil.
Probably more.
Okay, so you're telling me if I get a house on the beach that's 20 million, in 4 years when it hands over, or 3 years, you're not going to look at it and go, this is worth a lot more than 20 million, a house on the seafront. That's the logic. I'm not breaking that too much numbers. The numbers are the Palm Jumeirah is 50 million for a nice villa. Yeah. This is probably going to be 35. It'll be discounted because of the location where it currently is. But when the airport hands over and everything else, I've done it multiple times. And basically, I don't invest in crap. I invest in what I believe is absolutely A1. And if it's A1, brilliant, or it services my needs at the time.
Do you think you'll move to the Palm Jebel Ali then?
No, I think I'll rent it out. I've got a goal. My goal is I don't really sell houses. I buy houses and keep them. And the goal is just to keep building the portfolio and keep... I mean, this is how real wealth works. This is anyone watching this. This is how I feel about it. I've had loads of money in the bank at loads of times. I've managed multiple millions of pounds for other people, then tens of millions and more and more and more for other people. So I've been around money all my life. The real wealth that I've really felt, especially in the last 3 or 4 years, is reoccurring wealth. Yeah. Reoccurring wealth is different because basically, I always say this about people. Like, do you remember when you're younger and you see someone go into the Louis Vuitton shop or the Chanel or the Hermes shop and they drop 50 grand on a bag of dirhams? You're like, oh my God. Even if you're earning 100,000 dirhams a month, you'd still hurt you because it's 50,000 dirhams. But when you have that money coming guaranteed every month that's not your salary, you stop giving a shit. You're like, I don't care, it's coming in next month. Yeah. And I think that's where I've started to get to in like life, where I've invested so much money over the course period for rented properties that it's not fuck you money, but it's enough to go like, cool, look, I don't need to work and I can buy that if I want because it's coming in again.
Yeah.
So like the goal's no longer about like, oh, let's go and, I don't know, get another 10,000 dirhams a month. I'm building an asset portfolio which is going up in rent and it's going up in value at the same time.
Do you know how much property you own?
Yeah. I have a very, very cool app called Kubera, Kubera. Anyone watching this that wants to note this down. So basically it plugs the API in from your bank.
Oh, nice.
Then you put all your assets in and they do a forecast of growth. So let's say I've got all my properties in there, the debt in there for how much debt's on payment plans. And then basically you can get a 3% growth and it'll give you a forecast over the next 5 years.
That's really cool.
They're really cool. But I mean, if you take the forecast by excitement, it said in 5 years' time that I'd be worth over 1 billion dirhams.
Nice position to be in.
If my forecast growth comes out that way, then obviously it's incredible.
Touch wood.
But yeah, there's some cool apps. I don't really keep an eye on my net worth, in all honesty. It's good to see it.
Yeah.
But like Carl is insane. He knows payment plan structures, rent down to the day.
Yeah, but he's just like so analytical, isn't he?
Wildly analytical. I'm like, someone said to me, how many properties you got? It's a guess. How much rent you got coming in? My PA will know, but basically I know there's enough coming in. But yeah, I don't really follow it too much. And I see really wealthy people say that a lot. They don't follow their net worth. They don't look at how much money they got coming in. There comes a point when, as long as you've got more money coming in than going out, then it's about building something.
I have a couple of clients now that are billionaires, and I remember having a conversation with him about Dubai South because we were looking at buying a plot. And he goes, I think we own some units down there. And I was like, what do you mean you think you own some units? Like, how can you not know where you own property? But I suppose when you own 2 or 3, like, oh, yeah, I'm really proud I've got 2 or 3. But when you hit maybe 50, 60, you're like...
I think it just becomes a game at that point. It's not like, let's say, I can't explain something, but if you've got 50 properties, an example, if you end up buying another 1 bed in Al-Andalus... and it brings you $8,000 a month, it's not changing your life. And it's like, you've probably got an assistant or someone in asset management that's dealing with it. Like, I remember buying my first home, you buzz and you're like, oh my God. But there comes that moment when it's just like, okay, I'm building. Like, it's not an emotional attachment.
I think it comes down to the percentages where, like, if you have 3 houses, let's say, one's vacant, you've lost 33% of your revenue. But if you have 100 houses and one's vacant, you've only lost 1% of your revenue. Yeah. So actually, the 1% you're just like, oh, I don't really care.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I think that's why people just don't realise how much they have. You said about debt. Like, debt is always a weird thing in Dubai. I've always found that people don't particularly like finance.
I hate finance.
Do you see? I love finance, like in terms of mortgages, because it's secured against an asset. Yeah. And it's basically like having a 20/80 payment plan.
I tell you why I don't like it, by the way. So my goal is different. I always say to people, I like finance in a way, but my goal for why I don't like finance is different. So my goal from day one has always been buy assets, get the rental income of a full cash paid asset. So you've got 100% return on the cash down versus what it is. So if I had a mortgage on it and I got $5,000 and rents 3, I'm getting 2. It's not net out. It's not really worth it. So when I'm buying houses and I'm buying for rental income, I want to own it cash. Yeah. So then basically, if I ever need to lend money against it, which I never had, it's there instantly pullable out. But the only property I've ever got finance on is actually the house that I live in. And that house that I live in, I've leveraged the down payment versus the huge purchase price at the time. Ended up being my best ever investment because I leveraged the actual value against the deposit, and it's gone up so much that if on an ROI scale, it's blew everything out of the water.
Yeah, your return on equity is like around like 200-300%. The first Greens house apartment I brought,
more than that, a lot more than that, 200-300%. So.
Oh yeah, I just worked out in my head then.
Yeah, no, you talk. Yeah, like a lot. Nice. And that's what I'm saying. If you break that down. That ended up being, like, I honestly think the house that I live in now, I bought for 25 million. I'm 100% sure if I put it on the market, I'm getting 100 million.
Do you think 100 million?
100 million. So we're selling JG units of 4.5 to 5,000 dirham a square foot right now.
I've not been to your house,
so that house has been fully, you walk in, it's basically a show home. If we're selling Lime Tree Valleys at 5,000 dirham a square foot, and you see this house that I put my blood, sweat and tears into, that 18,800 dirham a square foot at 5,000 dirham a square foot.
Yeah.
It's 97 million. Why not?
Why not give it?
Someone, if you buy, and this is to anybody listening, if you buy a property and you highly renovate it, you will get more than the market value as well.
I think someone rented on your street recently, though, didn't they?
6
at the
million
end,
they
it was
paid.
6 million for rent.
It's wild, isn't
Just
it?
for a year, like
Yeah.
it is crazy how much rentals have gone up. And people keep on saying they're softening, but I mean, you obviously have way more data. You have more data than anyone else in the market. And I don't think that. I think they're softening in some areas like JVC because there is an oversupply in JVC. Correct. But in places like Dubai Hills, the Springs, the Lakes, the Meadows, like what we like to now call Zone 1 location.
Zone 1, yeah.
Zone 1 location. You know about Zone 1 now. You live in London.
Yeah. I've been there 6 years in London.
Have you?
Yeah. So my one Zabeel, I rented it 2 years ago. 2 years ago, just renewed it, 7% increase. Like, if the market is going down, how have I done that? And I got it in one check. So it's like, I don't know, and I got a 3-year lease as well, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, I locked them right in.
I hope they don't watch this. Thanks, guys.
But no, it's an amazing asset. Like, it's got Nobu handing over in it in the next couple of months or so. It's overlooking Burj Khalifa. I mean, it's a stunning property. But yet, they're not softening. They're softening in areas like JVC where they're going to double the value. But I mean, they're not dropping. They'll just negotiate based on what else is in the market. Yeah. But if you try and get some in a prime area at the moment, there's just not enough stock. You see the schools are oversubscribed. The roads are busy. Like, the problem is with a lot of people say, oh, I can't afford to live in Dubai anymore. That's not true. You can't afford to live in Marina anymore, but you can afford to live in Dubai South, and you can afford to live somewhere further out. You just don't want to. Yeah. That's the difference.
It's the same the world over. Like, if you look at London, like everyone would love to live in Mayfair, Belgravia, Chelsea. But people who can't live in Chelsea live in Fulham. Or they live in... If you can't afford to live in Chelsea, you buy Earls Court.
I've got one for sale if you like it.
You've sold it now?
Mate, the market in the UK is killing me. It's been on the market for 8 weeks, 9 weeks. Comps show it stacks up. The market is just all over the shop at the moment. That Rachel Reeves, what they're doing to the UK, they're destroying it.
The whole place is a disaster. I was there for 3 weeks. I went to the UK specifically to go and buy a property.
And pulled out.
And then I went and did like 3 viewings, and none of the estate agents called me back after the viewings. Yeah. One of the estate agents I emailed and made an offer. I made a cash offer, and she emailed me back saying, someone's in a better financial position than you. I was like, how is someone in a better financial position than there's the proof of funds to buy the property? And it fell through in the end.
I had a guy in the UK that basically a really well-known company, and I said, go and do a valuation on property for me. There's the key. They collected the key 3 days ago to do a valuation. I've not heard from them since. And that's a really well-known company.
But that's the difference between a Dubai broker. Yeah. That's the difference between what I would say a good broker is and a great broker. Yeah. Like, people who give feedback is like point number one. Even if it's bad feedback, you still got to tell the owner.
Of course. It's the one, and anybody that's a estate agent watching this, probably the most annoying thing in the market, if you let someone into your house to view your property and you are not WhatsApping them, even a voice note, 20 minutes after viewing, just finished, just to let you know, Josh, that property, they didn't like it. I'll get more feedback later, but they're looking at others at the moment. That's what I want to know. Don't let me like wait for you to think, are you going to call me? Yeah. It's wild.
It is wild.
And you get disinstructed like that, by the way.
Yeah. But I look at like, when I was at Allsopp, what was it, 6 years ago? You look at like the top brokers who are still the top brokers now. So Daz, Kempo, Charlie. Like, the way that they do business is they may not be like the most salesy, as in like a car salesman, but what they do really well is they do the basics. Very well. Like, really, so much structure to their day.
There's a saying that I try and tell our staff at the moment is that structure trumps motivation. Motivation is a feeling. Yeah. If you can just, even on a bad day, do the same thing, on a good day, do the same thing, the results will yield.
Do you know what else is very, very common with the top performers that I see as well? Is their partners. You've obviously been married for what, 8 years, 9 years?
8 years, 8 years, yeah, I think 8 years, yeah.
How do you think George has like shaped your business life?
I think the person you're with shapes you no matter what. George for me she gives me no hassle. She's supportive, amazing mother, doesn't want for anything, just wants my time. And when you've got somebody that cares for you, I think when you go back to your environment, I just think you want to go home to your base. Do you know what I mean? And it's like your safe place. If I went back to my house and that person was just causing me hellfire. Like, that relationship wouldn't last long. I think it's so important that the person you marry or you end up with have to be someone that complements you and you know, and make you a better version of yourself. And that's what I find, that when me and George talk, she'll be like, oh yeah, I love going out with girls, but I much prefer time with you. And I'm the same. Like, the lads don't see me as much because I actually like hanging out with Georgia because it makes you a better version.
Yeah.
And that hasn't changed 12 years later. I do think a partner, you do become who you're with. And that's massive. If you've got a partner that drinks and you've got a partner that parties all the time, you will naturally go to that. Same thing with friends. If you've got friends that go to run clubs and these things, you will start going to run clubs.
Yeah.
So I think you've got to attach yourself to them people. And yeah, partners for me is huge. What about you?
I think where I was when I left Allsopp to where I am today in terms of like my life and like my job, my career is a lot down to Alice. She is like one of the most driven and motivated individuals I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, birds to watch this, by the way.
Yeah.
Brownie points for this.
I'm going to send this to as soon as this comes out.
Cut this bit for us and send this to our wives.
Send this to the wives. But yeah, she's and she obviously set up her business this year, which is inspiring, and like she's killing it. But then before that, we obviously had, I think she probably had the best job in Dubai.
She got me the blue tick, you know, on
yeah.
So she put me on what famous in Dubai and what's on.
What's on, yeah.
And then I sent that to Facebook and they were like, yeah, you verified. I was like, yes, famous in Dubai.
You remember you didn't used to want to be on Instagram?
Yeah, it's a tool, mate. It's a tool. I have to be. Do you know my theory on Insta?
Go on.
My theory is when you're on Instagram or social media, you should only be posting with intent. Like, and I say this in anywhere that I speak to. If you look at my Instagram, I'll tell you what you will see. You will see a family guy that's successful, that likes nice things and works in real estate. Yeah. And when you read my digital CV, you will see that. And I'm intentful with everything from like planes to boats to houses to family. You will see it.
Yeah.
And if you ever land on my page, you will know this guy does all right. And he sells real estate. And I'm cool with that.
Have you ever posted something just to piss someone off?
All the time.
You know they're going to see it.
I am the agitator of agitators. Like I believe everyone does it, and this is the honest truth, Josh. Recruiters, owners, you, me, everyone on social media is posting with some sort of end goal in place, whether that's to recruit, to annoy somebody, to advertise something, whatever it may be, to impress people. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's selling a version to themselves to the world, but no one sees like Lewis Allsopp in his pajamas. I actually do live stories in my pajamas and stuff, but they don't see the bad versions. They only see the stuff that you want to see. They won't see me in meetings with finance and, you know, cleaning dog piss off the floor and things like that. You don't see that, but that's how I class Instagram and social media as a digital CV.
No, I completely agree. Even you started a YouTube channel now, haven't you? If you go subscribe to Lewis. Was it Lewis Allsopp?
I don't actually know. I'm not running it. I get sent down and to go down. I give the content and then they just film me and upload it. I've got a management team that does it for me.
You've got a podcast studio in the office now as well, haven't you?
That's been there a while. I don't like it though. It's not good enough. I'm going to buy a podcast studio.
You could buy one.
Yeah, buy one like this and then just use it full time in different directions and stuff.
I like this. This podcast studio is...
No, it's very nice. Any discount? What's it called? The podcast studio?
Podsters.
Podsters. Shout out to Podsters. Shout out.
Good business as well. They've got like 4 studios here. Full.
Yeah.
Like trying to get an hour of your time. Thank you very much for coming.
No problem. Do you know why I came? The relationships. Like,
yeah.
If anyone else said, "Oh, you come to a new podcast," I had 2 shit. They'd be like, "No, I'm not going."
No.
But I was like, "Yeah, I'll come to you."
I think that was because you were at Nobu the other day, and someone else asked you as well. When
I think Harrison asked me. Harrison was like, "You gonna go?" I said, "Yeah." I said yes to him straight away. I didn't say no.
Did you?
Yeah, straight away. I said yeah, and told George, I said, "I'll definitely go on it. Why would I not? I've got a relationship with you. I definitely will."
You mentioned the plane. Let's talk about the plane.
What do you want to know? Because
did you buy the plane or did you lease the plane?
So I have a 5-year lease agreement with a company called VistaJet. So VistaJet are a private charter company. I actually looked at buying a plane and the fundamentals of the captain, the staffing, petrol, hangar fees and everything, it doesn't make sense. I tried to make it make sense. I had 2 companies I was looking at. And basically how it works with the long-term lease is that I have the hours, I buy the hours, I get a 5-year contract and I get to use the plane whenever I want. I can call it on demand now and it'll be ready for me. Basically, I've had Nobu in the air delivered specifically for me. They know everything from my pillows that I like, the suites that I want on there, the books I want on there. I know the captain. It's a really, really cool experience. I never understood why people done it because it's really expensive to do. I won't use it from Dubai to London because you're paying per hour.
Yeah.
But Europe or Dubai to Santorini, Mykonos, places like that, I'll definitely use it. It's an incredibly, incredibly expensive thing to do. But this is how my life works. You know about got the boat and everything else. I don't mind nice things, and I don't mind if it's expensive because I got one life, and I always think, why not me? That's how my mind works. I'm just like, well, why not? Like, I can do it. It's about the moon thing. If I want to own a plane, I'll figure out how to do it. Yeah. And basically, I figured out how to do it.
How much is is there like an hourly rate that you pay like an hour?
It's per hour. It's
punchy.
I'll tell you off camera, but yeah, basically. Okay. You go in England, it's probably costing more than some people's house.
Yeah, because I've looked at it before. You know the apps where like you get the empty legs. Yeah. And then the
empty legs are the winner, by the way. If you get the empty legs, they're a lot cheaper.
I'd seen an empty leg to like Nice, and it was like $4,000. I was like, well,
do you know how the empty legs work?
Yeah.
So basically, I own the plane. Yeah. I fly to Abu Dhabi. Yeah. But I'm staying in Abu Dhabi for a week. That plane needs to get back to Dubai. So they're like, oh, this is empty. Do you want to monetize it? And they'll send it back. But yeah, no, it's been really cool. I think it's sent a lot of people like, what's good? Does Lewis own a plane? Is it? I had loads of messages.
Good.
And it is what it is. Like, I'm open with everybody. Like, nobody, unless you're in the top 1%, can do and have a partnership with VistaJet. Like, it's impossible unless you have real capital behind you. I've worked 17 years of owning Allsopp, and also I've invested really well. It's expensive, but as I've got older, I want experiences, not things. Yeah. I don't really like things anymore.
So what's next? Because you have the house, the boat, the plane, the cars. What does the next 10 years look like for Lewis Allsopp?
We've deployed a lot of capital into technology stuff. If you heard one of our podcasts talking about, we want to be the operating system for real estate. I can't talk too much about it because we're literally in build stage at the moment on a few things, but I want to build. It's not about making money. I want to build technology, AI, other businesses. It's a hobby. So like, we just had our record month at Allsopp and Allsopp. We had our record leads, record everything. We're doing really well. So are other companies. Yeah. And yeah, I want to keep building that. You know, if you ask about Allsopp and Allsopp, we've got a 3.7% market share. Every sale happens in Dubai. If I get to 10%, incredible. I know I can because I've got the data points of every area in Dubai. I know how many sales happen. I know our market share. I know how many leads we've got in there. I know who I need to deploy in there to go there. So we have like a business model to get there. I know we'll do that, but it will go hand in hand with some of the technology we're building at the moment. Some technology fails. I've done some really cool things. I don't know if you've ever seen the Uber one where we had the map.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
That was such a cool idea. So basically the fundamental problem was Josh doesn't put viewing feedback into sellers. Now he does. And basically we created a geofence of a property, and when the agent appeared in that geofence of that property, we would know they're there. And then when they left, he'd be triggered to say, we need you to send a message to the seller on the app. And he would get the feedback, and that feedback would go straight to the owner. Yeah. And then they could also make offers once they left the geofencing. Didn't work because agents didn't have data on their phone. And then agents thought that I was trying to get in their phone, maybe see their photos or their messages and things like that. So you do face these problems in real life scenarios. But some things fail, some things work. But yeah, the next thing we build, I think will be game changing for Dubai and for us. And if it works well, it won't just be for us.
What about for you personally in the next 10 years? What's like your personal goals?
Stay happy, stay healthy. Health number one. I think health is my number one thing. I'm generally a happy person. I don't really want for a lot. I get up in the morning, I'm happy. We have a good day, a bad day, I'm happy. If I can stay happy, spend time with my kids, stay healthy, which is just the number one thing for me, and have some experiences along the way. I know I'm good at real estate. I know I'm good at running a business. I know the business is going to grow. It's difficult because a lot of people will go through this to get to a certain level of success when money doesn't make you happy anymore. Yeah. And it's like, okay, if you've got £100,000 in the bank. It's actually no different to having £1 million in the bank. It doesn't actually do anything for you. So then you've got to find your happiness. Like I found sort of what my routine is, and you know me a long time. You've probably never seen me unhappy ever. Maybe angry about a result or something, but like you never see me down. I'm built that way, and I think that's a key fundament. I found happiness. I'm watching my kids grow up. I'm watching me get older and grey hair at the moment and things like that, which is scary. And you watch yourself feel older compared to other people, but I'm enjoying life, and I think that's a big part of it. I've found my hobbies. My hobbies are building businesses, building people, growing a business, growing people, and then spending time with my family. If I mix them all together, then life's good, mate.
And when you finally hang up the boots, promote a new chairman, what do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy, I don't know. My legacy, I think I've helped people create an incredible life for themselves. But if you take a map of Dubai, the legacy will be there will be maps of Allsopp and pins in every house we've sold or rented. And there will be an Allsopp map at one point where you see everything around Dubai has been touched by us. Properties, that is.
Thank you for clearing that up. People. You made a lot of people very, very rich there as well.
Yeah, it's not me, it's the platform, the structure and everything else. And you've got friends that work at us. Some of your friends now are at the best position they've ever been in billing terms at the moment, at this moment in time. And I honestly believe this is a better market than 2006, 2007, 2014. Like there is more money, more opportunities. Sellers and buyers are making more money. The appetite from international investors is crazy. You've just got to be in the right place to do it. And I honestly believe Allsopp is the place to do it. And you see, you know, there's some big names joining us at the moment from other real estate companies, and that's never happened.
Yes.
Because everyone knows we're moving forward, and a lot of people are just stagnant at the moment.
Is that the plan? Instead of buying companies, just get the best agents?
Yeah, definitely. I want that. I've seen it with Roberto Perez and Jimmy Tisgani. I put them both together, and basically what they're doing is frightening. And I'll do that across the board in other areas. I'll bring the best agents from other companies, bring them in, and they will sit on our platform, and they'll make more money than they're making elsewhere.
Thank you, Lewis, for giving up your time. It's a pleasure to see you as always.
You too, mate.
Let's do this again.
100%. Happy?
Happy.
Good, very good. Easy, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was easy, yeah.
It's always easy, mate. Podcasts are easy.